Okay, now we're ready. All right. So this week I've been talking about some Indian mythology, and one of the great stories is about um, Kapotasana. That's the pose. Kapota was a sage, and that's the pigeon pose. And it was named after him because he was, I don't know if he was really a pigeon or he was, I'm not a little fuzzy on that one, but because he was so revered and he was so strong and he was so wise and he was so loved, they said that when he walked, it was as if he was walking on air, so that he had to be the son of Garuda, the eagle. So, and these are epic long stories about what happens with these. This is a bird god, Garuda. Garuda eats snakes, but only evil snakes, and and so there are these wonderful stories, not just about the gods and goddesses, but about animal gods. We have monkey gods, we have elephant gods, and we have eagles and pigeons. So today we're going to explore the latter two. So let's come inside, close your eyes. And focus on your breath. And then bring your hand to your belly and actually let it come up maybe a little higher so that it covers your ribs, your lower ribs. Take a deep, deep breath, and really deep, so that you can feel your ribs expand, your belly expand, your hand move away. And then when you exhale, everything recedes, a contraction occurs. But after you fill with breath, hold that for a count of 3. Just hold that. And then let it go. Fill all the way up. And then hold it. Do that a few more times. So what you are doing right now is stretching your diaphragm, your breathing muscle. And that's an important muscle for those of you who sing, right? So this is a wonderful exercise to do before you need to sing your songs. And then after your next exhale, return to your natural breath. Open your eyes, bring your hands down alongside your hips, lateral stretch to the left, to the right, to the right with your left arm. Push into your right hand, both arms come to center, over to the other side on an exhale. Make sure your shoulder is away from your ear by bending your left elbow. Bring both arms up to center. Send your arms straight out in front of you. Notice which of your legs is on top, or in front. If you're seated like I am, it would be the one in front. And so you'll take the opposite arm over the other, and we're going to come to eagle arms. But you're going to do this, we're going to do this gently because we're just starting and we want to get our shoulders prepared first. So you're just going to put the backs of your hands together, right? You're going to inhale and then you're going to exhale and you're going to twist to the right. And then you're going to release your arms, put your left hand on your right knee, look over your right shoulder. Inhale, and then exhale, come to center, your arms straight out in front of you. Change the crossing of your legs. And now the opposite arm goes on top, and just very gently, we're bringing the backs of our hands together. Inhale, exhale, over to the left. Look over your left shoulder. Release your arms, right hand on left knee. Look over your left shoulder. Rotate back to center. Right. Extend your legs. Take a breath. Inhale your right knee to your chest and give your leg a hug. Say good morning. Right. And then you'll open it out to the side. Inhale both your arms straight up to the sky. Drop your elbow, your shoulders. Because when we do this, when we reach up, sometimes we're sending our shoulders up too. Let them come down a bit. Let them relax just a little bit. This pose isn't about our arms so much, right? Inhale, lengthen your spine, and on an exhale, engage your abdominal muscles and hinge over your extended leg. Look up, bring your arms alongside your ears and hinge back up. Release your arms. Take your right ankle and put it on your left thigh. Bend your left knee to bring your leg a little bit closer to you. And then take your foot and your knee in your hands and extend your left leg. So some of you may wish to wrap your arms around, all the way around your leg. To do that, you need to put the arch of your foot in your elbow crease, and the same thing on the other side to make your arms longer so you can come. If that is still awkward for you, then this is just fine. And this is your pigeon leg. So memorize this leg when we come to pigeon later. This is what your leg will look like in front of you when you're on your belly. So let's give our pigeon a little cradling here, rock from side to side. And then come to center. Take the outside of your right leg with your right hand, your right foot, rather, your foot. Your leg will be at a right angle, the sole of your foot pointing away from you. Your left hand is on the mat for support. Maybe you'll straighten your right leg, so maybe. Maybe you'll send it all the way out as far as is comfortable to the right. But think about coming up to sit on your sits bones and having a nice long spine. So that means your leg might come down a little bit. Maybe you'll float your left arm. Bring your right leg back to center and switch the holding, left hand on the outside of right foot. Bring your right hand down to the mat. And once you've done that, then cross the middle line. This also does, in addition to opening our hips when we do this, this is also a great IT band stretcher. I just learned that. And I knew that, but I mean, I've been doing this in physical therapy for my knee. Okay, so it reminded me of that. So float your right arm. Place your right foot outside your left leg. And then wrap your left arm around your right leg. Look over your right shoulder. Lift your right arm, fingers to the sky. Inhale, and then on an exhale, counter twist. And then step your right foot away from your bottom leg, your left leg, and you'll roll automatically onto the outside edge of that leg. Heel toe your right foot a little bit farther away, so that when we come up to our side plank, this knee will be over your ankle. So let's do that. Use your right arm as your propeller and lift your hips for your side plank. Let your right arm lead you back down. Bend your bottom knee and bring your hips back down. All right. So we have to do that pigeon on the other side. So let's start. Bringing your left knee into your chest, hugging it. Then open it out to the side. Inhale your arms all the way up. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, engage your abdominal muscles. Exhale, extend, hinging over your extended leg. Any amount. Look up, arms alongside your ears, and unhinge. Bring your arms down by your side. So left ankle on right thigh. Bring your leg closer to you by bending your right leg. Wrap or hold your foot and knee and extend your right leg. So let's give our pigeon leg a little love. Rock it from side to side. Come to center. Take the outside of your left foot, send your sole of your foot forward, your knee stays bent, your right hand for support. Maybe you'll lengthen, straighten that leg, maybe not. Maybe you'll send it out to the side, maybe not. Float your right hand, check your seat. Inhale your leg to center, switch the holding of your foot. Release your left hand, bring it down alongside your hip. And let your left leg cross the middle line. Float your arm. And then place your foot down on the mat, outside your thigh. Wrap your right hand around your left leg. Look over your left shoulder. Lift your left arm. Fingers to the sky, counter twist. And you know, of course, you can stay here or do what we did on the other side and come on the outside edge of your right leg. Walk your right foot away a little. Use your left arm to bring you up into a side plank, or supported side plank. And then let your left arm lead you back down to the mat. All right, wonderful. So let's come on to our hands and knees. And when you get there, line up your pose. Make sure your knees are under your hips, your wrists under your shoulders, or a little in front. And let's do some cats and dogs. Inhale, curl your spine towards the mat. Push into your hands while you're here so that your shoulders don't scrunch too much. It's okay if they come up a little. Exhale, push into the mat, arch your spine to the sky. Inhale, notice your spine. Exhale, reverse the curve. Now continue at your own pace. And you're going to do it 3 more times and then come to a child's pose. From child's pose, extend your arms overhead. Look between your hands. Lift your hips, come forward, send your heart between your arms, extend your legs back behind you. Turn under your toes, downward facing dog. On an inhale, come forward to plank. Make sure your shoulders are over your wrists. You're pushing the mat away. Make sure you have a nice straight line from the crown of your head to your heels. And bring your left knee down underneath your left hip. Swivel your right foot, fan open. Send your right arm alongside your right ear. Lengthen your right leg, stretching your toes going one way, your fingers the opposite way, stretching your whole side body. Make an effort to open up your heart here. so that you don't fold over, you spread out. Bring your hand down, bring your knee down. Send your left leg behind you, swivel, fan, and stretch. And then bring your hands together and your knees together. Okay. Send your right leg back behind you. Lift your leg hip high. Send your left arm alongside your left ear. Now make sure your hips are square, that you don't have one up higher than the other. You can use the back of your left forearm to check on that. And then send your left arm alongside your ear. You're stepping on the wall behind you, so your foot is flexed. You're reaching for the wall in front of you. Your fingers are moving forward. Bring your hand down, bring your knee down. Other side. Left leg goes back. Lift it hip high. Right arm alongside right ear. Check your hip alignment. Bring your hand down, bring your knee down. Okay. Send your right leg back behind you. You're on the ball of your right foot. Lift it up hip high. Left arm alongside left ear. Now we're going to do a little ab strengtheners as we work our joints as well. So bend your elbow, bend your knee. Inhale, exhale. Bring knee to nose, bring elbow to waist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. And do this slowly. It's real easy to push your knee and your elbow back and forth quickly, but not only is it bad for you, you can hurt yourself. So lengthen, then curl. Lengthen, then curl, and then relax. We will do the other side, but take a moment in child's pose. Shake out your wrists. Come back up to hands and knees. Left leg goes back behind you. Lift your leg, extend your arm. And also remember that when we bend elbow and bend knee, and I say elbow to waist, nose to knee, and then extend on an inhale, it's because this is, we're not doing calisthenics or those where you're bringing your knee to your elbow. You're going in a straight line, extending and curling your body. And then pause, bring your hand down, bring your knee down, come to child's pose, take a few breaths. Look forward, slide your hands to your knees, and come up to stand on your knees. Okay, good. All right. So you know what we're going to do here, except we're going to do it a little differently. Step your right foot forward, walk it away. You're going to send both arms straight back behind you, open up your heart. You're going to send your arms up to the sky. And you're going to bring your arms down on an exhale, but your left hand will come inside your right leg. Your right arm is reaching in front of you. And then your right arm will rotate going back behind you and then up to the sky. Look up at that arm. Let's do that again. Bring your arm down. Look down. Inhale your arm back behind you, follow it. Look up at it as it reaches for the sky and as it comes down outside your right leg. Swing your arms back behind you, come back up, slide your hips forward. Bring your arms down, straighten your leg. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, slide forward. Exhale, lengthen. Bend your knee and bring it back beside your other knee. All right, left side. Walk it away. Send your arms straight out behind you, heart is open. Swing your arms up overhead, bring them down. Your right hand comes inside your left leg. Your left arm is reaching forward. Inhale, swing your arm down and up, follow it. Your fingers pointing to the sky. Look up at that hand. Then bring your left hand down and we'll start again with the arm circle. Swing your left arm back behind you, look for your hand, send your fingers to the sky. Bring your both hands down. Bring your knee back where it was. And come back to table for one more pose here. What did I forget? Oh, yes, I'm reminded. I forgot something. Okay. Inhale. Lengthen your legs. Inhale. Exhale, slide forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Sorry about that. All right. So we're going to come back onto hands and knees. One more thing before we start exploring our pigeons and our eagles a little bit more. Fan your right arm open to the right. On an exhale, you're going to thread your right arm underneath your left, bring your right shoulder to the mat, extend your head forward so that you're lengthening your neck. Your left hand is on the mat near your shoulder for support. Send your left leg back behind you, come on the ball of that foot. You can stay right here, or you can lift your left leg. You can stay right here, or you can rotate your left leg so that the big toe side of your foot is parallel with the mat. It's facing the mat. And you'll swing your leg over opposite your knee and bring your foot down on to the mat. Wherever you are, you're going to lift your leg, you're going to send it back where it was on the ball of the foot, bring your knee down, and then fan open to the right. Okay. We'll do that on the other side. Fan open to the left. Thread your arm under your right arm. Bring your left shoulder to the mat. Lengthen your neck. Stay here or come on to the ball of your right foot. Stay here or lift your leg. Stay here or rotate your right leg and swing it over so that it's opposite your knee and place it down on the mat. And what we didn't do before, but we can do on this side, is while you're doing that, you might want to fan open with your right arm, come on to the back of your head looking up at the sky. This is just an option. Bring your hand back down, lift your leg, send it back to where it was, ball of the foot on the mat, knee next to knee, fan open. Bring it down, child's pose. All right, so you will now make your way up to stand. Take your time. And when you get there, come to your mountain, right? You know the drill, shoulders roll forward and back, arms by your side, feet rooted in the earth, crown of your head to the heavens. Let's give the sun a little salute. Inhale and bring that energy to your heart. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. All right. You're going to come to sit in your chair. So bend your knees just a little bit first and straighten your legs. Bend them a little bit more and straighten your legs. And this time you're going to bend them, but you're going to bring your hips back. You're sitting in a chair, an invisible chair. You want a straight line from your sits bones to the crown of your head. So it shouldn't be curled. You want it to be nice and straight. You're going to swing your arms alongside your ears. And you're going to hold this chair for a few breaths. Push your feet into the mat. Come up to stand. Okay. All right, so we've got our Utkatasana, our chair pose. So let's try that again. Come to sit in your chair. Only this time, let your arms come in front of your palms facing each other. And we're going to work just on our legs right now. So you're going to come on the ball of your right foot and cross it over your left. Maybe you'll wrap your foot around your leg. Maybe it'll come down, your toes will come down to the floor. If they're coming down to the floor, which is perfectly fine, just get them close to your supporting leg. all right? And then maybe later on you can lift your leg, all right? All right, and then uncross it. All right, let's do the other side. All right, ball of your left foot. Firm position on your right, that's your supporting leg. Lift your left, cross over, come to your eagle legs. So again, either you're wrapping or you're putting your foot down. Or you're just gonna let it hang out, just let it hover, like so. And then come up to stand. All right, our arms, our shoulders should be nice and loose by now. All right, so just bend your knees a little bit, come into your chair. You don't have to sit all the way down. So right over left, and before all we did was we had the backs of our hands together. You can stay just like this. It depends on your shoulders. Or your right elbow crosses over your left and you wrap your wrists, your hands around your wrist. Either way, bring your thumb to your third eye for your eagle arms. Inhale, and on an exhale, expand. Open up your wings. Left over right, come to your eagle arms, whatever you choose. If either of those two are very, very difficult for you, then you can, because of shoulders and elbows and all kinds of stuff we have going on with our bodies, you can just do a great prayer, a prayer with your thumbs at your third eye. So that's another option. Okay, so let's put all of that together. Right. I find it easier to get my legs set first than to try and do my legs with folded arms. So sit in your chair, come on the ball of your right foot, cross it over, come to your eagle legs. Begin to squat down with your arms in front of you, palms facing each other. So you don't have to do as much when you have your arms crossed. Cross left over right, third eye, and now squat all the way down, fly away. Right. Sit in your chair. Now, for eagle, you might want to try not going so deeply into your chair. You could try it with your knees just bent a little bit. That might be better for some people. The higher you cross your leg, the easier it is to wrap, all right? So that's another, I may have said that already, but okay. So cross left over right, come to your eagle legs. Then it's right over left, squat down. Get one of those snakes, grab it in your claws and fly away. All right. All right, good. So now we're going to put our eagle and our pigeons together. So let's work on our pigeon for a moment. All right, so I want us to do pigeon two ways today. So one would be to do it from a high lunge. So come into a high lunge. Right. And then begin to heel toe your right leg. So I have my right leg in front. I'm assuming you will. So I'm going to talk about your right being in front. So heel toe your foot over to your left hand. Bring your hands in front of your leg for support, your shoulders over your leg, and then bring your left knee down, and then your right knee down to the mat. Remember that pigeon leg that we saw when we were seated. Remember, there it is. All right, so this is a pigeon. And you might wish to let your pigeon recline. If both hips are not flat on the mat, please put support underneath your right hip to keep, this protects your spine. It also, it's really for your lower back too, because your sacrum, your SI joint connects your sacrum to your pelvis. And if it's off base like that, without proper alignment from hip to hip, it'll get, wonky. It'll get unhappy. Okay, so now you're going to turn under your left toes, lift your knee away, and slide your right leg back behind you, come to down dog. So while we're in down dog, we're going to do the other variation of coming into pigeon on the other side, on the left side, because we just did the low lunge version on the right side. So you'll lift your left leg, bend your knee. You're going to slide your knee forward, and its destination, before you go anywhere, its destination is your knee is going to go behind your left wrist and a little bit outside of your left wrist. Your foot is going to go behind your right wrist and probably at more of a diagonal than I just had before. So slide your leg forward, step your shin on the mat, slide your right leg all the way back behind you for a pigeon on the left side. And maybe you will recline your pigeon. Look up, place your hands underneath your shoulders for straight arm. Turn under your right toes, lift your knee from the mat, slide your left leg back, downward facing dog. Spend a couple of breaths in down dog. And then walk your feet to your hands. Fold over. And then fly out and up. Excellent, okay. So we're going to put our eagle and our pigeon together because I'm obsessed with the eagle being the parent of the pigeon. But it has made me change my opinion of pigeons. Maybe you will feel the same way. So come forward, come up to the top of your mat. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale your arms out, fold over your legs. Your knees are soft. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Send your right leg back behind you. Place your right foot flat on the mat for warrior one legs. You're going to send your arms streaming alongside your hips. Make sure you have your balance here, that you're secure in your legs. and push into your legs and bring your warrior to life. Send your arms back behind you, Yoga Mudra. Brave heart to open up. Inhale, exhale, come forward, flat back for humble warrior. Inhale, exhale, bring your shoulder, your head, whatever can come inside your left leg. Your shoulder may not make it, but your head should. And maybe your knuckles will go up to the ceiling or straight back behind you. Push your feet into the mat to come back up to a standing warrior one. Now make sure you have your knee over your ankle. Your left knee over your ankle, release your arms. You're going to bring your weight onto your left leg. So you'll come onto the toes, probably, of your right leg. You're going to bring your weight more over that leg so that then you can lift your right knee and cross it over your left to squat down to come into eagle. Palms facing each other, cross left over right, eagle. Bow down, squat down. Send your arms straight out. Imagine you're flying over the earth. Step your right leg forward of your left, flat on the mat. Bring your right arms down to the mat. Bring your hips over your right leg. Lift your left leg, send it back behind you. Come onto the ball of your left leg. And then simply place your right knee down on the mat for a pigeon pose. You're opening your knee out to the right. Did I give the right? Okay. I sometimes get my right and left mixed up, and I have Bill here to correct me. Okay, so let's come over your pigeon now, any amount. And take some breaths here to relax. Please remember to keep your spine long and straight. Bring your wrists under your shoulders, straight arms. Your pigeon may be really, really happy having a father that is or a mother that is an eagle, both. So you're going to bend your left leg, place your left hand flat on the mat. You're going to send your left foot a little bit over to the right so that you can reach it a little bit easier, and then let it go back to where it was. And you can twist open, look up in jubilation. I am the child of the mightiest bird on earth. And release it. Turn under your toes. Lift your knee away from the mat. Slide your right leg back behind you. This time, let it go all the way up to the sky for a three-limbed dog. And then bend your right knee again. Step it forward in 1, 2, 3, however many steps you need. low lunge. Step your left leg forward to meet your right, Uttanasana. Fly out and up and down the middle line. Okay, so we're going to see if Ro can remember that vinyasa. Okay, all right, here we go. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold. Left leg goes back. Warrior one legs. That means your left foot is flat on the mat. Arms stream alongside your hips, bringing your warrior up from the earth. Warrior one. Yoga Mudra behind you. Open up to a brave heart. Inhale, exhale. Come forward for a humble warrior. Inhale, exhale, come inside your right leg as much as you can today. Keep those hips square. Don't let your right hip jut out. Push your feet into the mat, come back up. Release your arms. Set your warrior up so that you make sure that your knee is over your ankle. And I know that you know that that has to always be, but it could be back here. It could be a little straighter, but you want the support of your knee over your ankle. And begin to bring your weight over your right leg so that you can slide your left leg forward, cross it over, come in to your eagle, right arm over left. Squat down. Spread your wings. Step your left foot flat on the mat. Bring your hands down to the mat in front of your legs, your shoulders over your wrist for support. Send your right leg all the way back, kind of a lopsided low lunge, and then bring your left knee to the mat. Slide your right leg back behind you. And I think your pigeon needs a rest. Come up onto straight arms. Bend your right knee. You can just stay in your reclined pigeon. This is an option for our happy pigeon. Bend your knee, send your leg to the left so you can take hold of it, and open up. Ah. Look at mom flying up there in the sky so high. And release. I know I get carried away. Send your leg back behind you. Turn under your toes. Lift your knee away from the mat. Slide your left leg back out and up to a three-limbed dog. Bend your left knee and step your foot forward in 1, 2, or 3 steps. Low lunge. Step your right leg to your left, Uttanasana. Fly out and up and down the center line. That was a lot of work, right? Okay, so we're going to come right back down to our mat to cool down a little bit or a lot. So come on to your back. And when you get there, place your feet on the mat. Cross your right ankle on your left thigh near your knee. We're back to our pigeon. Bring your leg into your chest by lifting your left leg and bringing your knee towards your chest along with your right leg. Instead of weaving our hands inside, what you're going to do is what we did seated. Take your foot and your knee, extend your left leg, and just give it a rock. Time for sleep. Place your right foot on the mat, cross your left ankle over your right. Bring your right leg into your chest along with your left leg. Take your left leg into your hands, extend your right leg. And just rock it a little bit. And pause, and then place your foot on the mat. Extend both legs. Rotate your arms so that the palms of your hands are facing upward. And we'll let this Shavasana help to assimilate all of that energy, lots of energy we generated. Let it run through your body. Let your muscles and your joints reset. Feel your whole back body sinking in to the earth. Om Namah Shivaya. I surrender to transformation and welcome the changes that will lead me to who I am, to my true self. Deepen your breath. Begin to reawaken your body. Roll your head from side to side. Make gentle movements with your hands and feet. Send your arms back behind you overhead, your feet in the opposite direction for a full, deep body stretch. And then bring your knees into your chest, hug them, and roll from side to side. Let's do this a few more times to massage our back. A couple more times. Then come to center. Release your legs and roll over onto whichever side you prefer to come into a fetal position. And then make your way up to sit. Bring your hands to your heart. If you're staying for meditation, just get yourself nice and comfortable. If you must leave, thank you so much for being here. Go spread your wings and fly. Relax your arms. Make sure you are grounded. Close your eyes and begin to follow your breath. Just follow it. Don't change your breath. Your natural breath, just follow it. And let that breath be your anchor. The place where you can always come back to, where if you should get distracted, always come back to your breath. Or come back to an image you have created from our meditation that's in your mind. Take a breath and find yourself walking on a path. It's a perfect day. It's very beautiful. Early summer, late spring. It's the perfect weather. And you step off the path to find yourself on the sand that leads to the shoreline. And you feel the sand beneath your feet. And it's just the perfect temperature. And with every step, it feels as if your feet are being massaged as they sink into the sand, as they step up from the sand, as they continue to move toward the shore. And then you pause for a moment and notice that the sun is overhead. You can feel the warmth of the sun on your face. And as you look around, you notice first the sky, the color of the sky, the change in color as the sky meets the horizon. Notice what the sky contains. If there are clouds, if there are birds. Fill in the sky with whatever your imagination wishes. And then look to your right and notice what is over in that direction. Maybe there's a pier, maybe there are rock formations. Or maybe just never-ending beach, whatever you see in your visit to the shore. And then look to the left and notice again what you see, what's there. Hear the sounds, perhaps of the gulls, and of children playing in the distance. But right now, this space is all yours, right here. Again, feel the warm breeze on your face as you begin to walk closer to the ocean. As you come to the place where the waves come and wash over the sand and bathe your feet, feel that water, the cool water. It isn't cold, it's cool, refreshing your feet as it washes over them and then retreats and then returns. Perfect spa out here. And then look around and notice the animal life. Maybe you see a crab running out from the water. Maybe you see some seaweed. Maybe you see shells. And as you're looking around, something catches your eye. The sun is beginning to come down over the horizon. Not quite yet. It's still afternoon. So that ray of sun, it's almost as if it were aiming for that item that's on the sand that you can't help but see, you cannot look away from. It's so sparkly. So you walk up to it and you pick it up and you notice that it is indeed a shell, but like none you've ever seen before. It has ridges and iridescent colors, but it's very different. It is so beautiful. The colors are intense. The underside is as if it was polished. And it fits perfectly in the palm of your hand. And as you notice the sun beginning to make its descent, You look out on the ocean and you notice that in the distance, the sea seems a little untamed. The waves are higher. But as the water rushes to the shoreline, they get calmer. The water gets smoother. And it's completely quiet as it rushes to the sand. And you take that shell in the palm of your hand and you place it over your heart. And you place your other hand on top of it. And as you breathe deeply, you feel your breath holding on to the shell and taking it with it as you exhale. And with each deep breath, you feel your whole body changing. You feel the grief or anxiety that may have been living inside begin to release and let go with every breath, as if that shell were wishing it away or drawing it out from you. And you continue with your breath. And then you return to your natural breath and still feel the warmth of the feeling of that shell against your chest. But the sun is beginning to set and you look to see the horizon and the beauty of the setting sun, how the colors have changed, how the sky has changed. How that golden ball of fire is reddish and orange and different colors. As it drops its head behind the horizon. And you release your hands with the shell still in one hand. As the sun sets quietly behind the horizon, the moon rises and shines its glow upon the ocean. You can see the line of illumination all across the sea, coming straight at you, as if to brighten your whole essence. Your whole body is bathed in moonlight. And you look around and see stars. Maybe you'll see other nightlife, night movements, the constellations. It's your sky. Fill it in. And as you feel the glow of the moonlight on you, you open your hand with the shell and you notice that it is no longer there, as if it disappeared, as if it just disintegrated, as if it maybe became part of you, perhaps telling you that all you need to do when you are feeling grief is to bring your hands to your heart and to breathe into them, knowing you have that magic, that force, that ability to draw out those negative feelings. Allow your whole body to relax as you begin your journey back into your body. Bring your hands together at your heart. Bow your head. Keep the image that you've created with you all this day. As you lift your head, you'll open your eyes slowly. Thank you so much for being with me today. Namaste.